What's up everybody, this is Tim with Tactics Boardshop, and today we're going to be talking about how to replace a broken or mangled kingpin in your trucks. So let's start hammering. The kingpin is the large bolt that runs all the way through the truck and holds everything together. Occasionally, after a lot of abuse, kingpins get ground down or break. Breaking doesn't happen too often, but it's definitely annoying when it does. When your kingpin snaps or the threads have been ground down to the point where it's impossible to get the kingpin nut back on, you'll have to replace the kingpin. Some truck companies such as Independent, Thunder, and Crux sell replacement kingpins. They only cost a few bucks, which is much more cost effective than buying brand new trucks. Independent actually sells base plates with new kingpins already installed, so you don't have to bother hammering out the old one. So keep an eye out for those if you want to avoid the hassle. It's best to get a kingpin that's from the same brand of trucks because you'll know it'll fit properly. Also, make sure you're getting the proper length. You don't want to get a low kingpin if you don't have low trucks, because it won't be long enough to reach all the way through. And a regular kingpin on low trucks will stick out too much and catch on whatever you're grinding. The tools you'll need are a hammer, some kind of nail set, and some earplugs. I also recommend 2 blocks of wood so you can suspend the sides of the truck while hammering in the kingpin. For the nail set, it just needs to be something that you can use to smack the end of the kingpin with. It needs to be something hard that doesn't compress, and it needs to be smaller in diameter than the broken kingpin. It can be an actual nail set, a door hinge pin, an old truck axle, or a sturdy bolt, whatever you can find. Don't use your new kingpin because you don't want to put a bunch of stress on it and potentially ruin the threads. To hammer out the kingpin, find some smooth concrete and place the base plate down with the kingpin side near you and the pivot cup on the far side so you can get a comfortable angle to swing the hammer. I also like to use the tip of my shoe to help hold the base plate in place. Line up your nail set and place it on the old kingpin, pointing straight out. Hammering the metal is going to be super loud, so use your earplugs if you got them. Smack the end with the hammer and be very accurate and deliberate with your strikes, because you don't want to miss and whack your hand. Hammering out the kingpin can be really difficult, but after a couple really hard direct hits, the kingpin should come loose. Once you've knocked the kingpin loose, you can either finish it off between the boards or take it over to some grass and knock it the rest of the way out. Now it's time for the new kingpin. Flip the base plate over and slide in the new kingpin. Spin it around from the underside to ensure the splines are lined up. If they aren't lined up properly, you're going to have a hard time hammering it in. Bridge the base plate across the pieces of wood with the new kingpin hanging down between them. I like to prop up the kingpin mount so it doesn't put too much stress on the thinner part of the base plate. In the same manner that you smacked out the old kingpin, hold the base plate steady and hammer in the new one using the nail set. It'll take a good amount of force to get it to go in, but a few hard direct hits should be all you need. Make sure it's all the way in and flush with the bottom of the base plate. Now that it's in, all you have to do is reconstruct your truck. But before you do, if your pivot cups are blown out, now's a good time to replace them too since your hanger's already off. It's worth it if you got some extra pivot cups or if you bought a rebuild kit. Just pry out the old ones with a screwdriver and put in the new one. Easy. Alright, back to business. To rebuild your truck, first put on the bottom washer, then the big bushing, then the hanger, make sure it goes into the pivot, then the smaller cone bushing in the washer, then finally the kingpin nut. The new kingpin should have come with a new kingpin nut, but either way, you have fresh threads in your kingpin now, so it'll be easy to get it on there. That's it, you're done. Just remount your truck and go skate. If you got any questions at all or tips of your own about how to replace a broken kingpin, just leave them in the comments down below, or just give us a call and we can help you get the answers you need.